All right, welcome back, everybody. Y'all know that I've had a big variety of guests on the show, varying skills and in car budgets and such. I think even the guys that have the high-end cars can relate to the budget build because chances are their cars were probably a budget at some point in their life. Today's guest not only has a pretty sweet budget build, he's also new to autocross, and what's even better, it's a Mopar. So
That's right.
welcome to the show, Ryan McPartlin.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on. I've been listening. I've listened to every one of your podcasts, and I was excited when you offered to have me on.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, of course. So I know your car has a really interesting story. And before we get into that, we just kind of maybe share a little bit where you're from, what you do. I know you mess with cars a lot,
Yeah.
and what made you want to get into autocross?
So that's a great question. I currently I'm the sales manager for a tractor supply store. But before that, I was a police officer for 15 years, and
Mm.
10 of those years I spent on a motorcycle. So I was
Yeah,
a
cool.
traffic enforcement guy on a bike, and so I've spent a ton of time in cones, whether it's in a car for law enforcement. I was a EVOC instructor, so emergency vehicle operations
Mm,
instructor, or cones for motorcycle stuff. We would go to
mm,
training once a month. We went to big training things once a year. I
mm.
won Rookie of the Year at one of those my first year on the bike, and so I'm not unfamiliar with cone patterns from various sorts. When I left law enforcement, I was looking for a way to fill the void of the
Mm.
performance driving that I got to do on the department's dime,
Yeah.
and it was one of those things where I actually was walking through the mall parking lot in Eugene. I live in Oregon,
Mm.
Oregon, which is about an hour away from my house, and with my wife, and I came across autocross in the parking lot. I didn't really know much about it before then, and I saw what was happening, and I was like, I've just found my new calling. And I told my wife at that point, I didn't have a car ready for any sort of performance driving like that, and I was like, I'm doing that.
Mm.
And so that kind of started my quest of learning what it was about and how to do it.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. So what car were you using when you first got into it?
Yeah, so I like you, I'm a muscle car, performance car enthusiast, mostly, American stuff
Mm.
from the 60s and 70s, but I found a 99 Ford Mustang Cobra with super low miles.
Yeah.
It was a friend of mine's dad, sad story, passed away, but I got a really good deal on it. Uh, 320 horsepower, 5 speed. It was a convertible, which was the only drawback. But in the nice days, it was nice to take the top down while I was racing. But in the wintertime, which it rains here constantly, I didn't fit well with the helmet on and the top up.
No.
And so I raced that for a season and actually did really well. I was in F Street,
Mm.
and the car was a little bit lighter than some of the newer ones.
Mm.
And it's got independent rear suspension
Mm.
because it was the Cobra. It handled well. It was really fun to drive. The seats were terrible. I was sliding around because they're like pleather,
Yes.
and not really very good for this.
Mm.
And but I had a great time, and I didn't want to cut that car up or change it because it was way too nice.
It's a clean car,
And
yeah.
yeah, and so I was like, if I'm going to do this more, be more involved in it, I'm going to need to get a car that I can play with. So I
Yeah.
sold the Mustang.
Yeah. So why not, yeah, 99 Mustang to a Valiant? I mean, that makes
That's right.
sense, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I can't
Totally.
think of a better car to switch to.
Yeah. And what's funny is that I've seen David Crook's Super B,
Hmm.
and I have a 1970 Dodge Coronet 440,
Oh,
so
cool. Yeah.
essentially the base model of his car.
Hmm.
And it's a 318 car, and it's got a little bit of rust, and I could probably chop it up a little bit and play with it. I
Hmm.
didn't want to because it's pretty clean, and he's already in that space, right? He's already got the 70
Right.
Super B. He's in that space in autocross. I was
Yeah.
like, I need something different. I want something that's not a Mustang, it's not a Camaro. I love those cars, but
Mm.
it's something that other guys aren't using every day. Dusters, there's a few, yours being one of them. There's a
Mm.
couple other ones out there that I've seen that are racing, and what happened was I follow a channel, and the channel's called Dead Dodge Garage, and he's up in Washington. His name's Jamie and his brother's Colin, and they saved the 67 Valiant from a llama barn. It's called the Llama Barn Valiant. And it's a car that nobody but them probably would save. Like, it was a six-cylinder, three on the tree, floors rotted out. It just needed to go to the junkyard in
Mm,
most scenarios.
mm,
They yarded it out, new floor pan, welded in subframe connectors, put a 73 and up disc brake front K member in it, and then converted it to a 360 Magnum and a four speed.
mm,
And the patina sold me. I really like patina builds and just kind of the rough, don't get it right,
mm,
just get it running kind of mentality. And so when I saw that car on their channel, I was kind of hooked on it. And then Colin, the brother, decided to take the motor and transmission and put it in a 64 Fury,
mm.
uh, two-door Fury, and the car got set to the side
Uh,
and just kind of parked. And so I started bugging him about it, like, "Hey, dude,
yeah.
I'm interested in that car." He's like, "Well, I'm going to put a small block in it." And finally, I bugged him enough, and we agreed on a price. He sold me the car and a four-speed transmission, and I went. He's like 4.5 hours away, so I drove up to Washington and snagged it because it was just too cool of a car to let it sit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share some Mopar history with the folks that are that don't know it, but a Valiant is was kind of the predecessor to the Duster. So
Mhm.
67, 8, and 9 was the Valiant, and it shares basically the same front cap as the Duster. So the
Yep.
grills are a little different, but the hood, fenders, bumper, all that stuff's the same. And then the roof line, it's more of a sedan than the coupe, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. In fact, my car is a 70. It's still, the title says Valiant.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Valiant Duster.
That's right.
Duster became like a submodel of the Valiant, and then
Yep.
eventually they dropped Valiant. Um,
That's right.
so I've always loved the the Valiants, the real
Yep.
Valiants, um,
The
but
original.
the original Valiants. But man, I never see them around here. I think I've seen one around here, and oddly enough, I just saw one on Facebook Marketplace that's pretty close to me. It's a pile of rust and no title, which makes it even worse.
Yep.
I
That's
mean,
hard.
yeah. But yeah, I love those cars. And then have you seen the one? Is a guy, I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel, but he has a shop and it's got the Speedway Motors suspension and stuff on it. Have you seen that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. That's just like super trick.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 inches off the ground. That
Yeah.
that thing. Another car with some pretty awesome patina.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm drawn to the patina machines, and usually you see like the 67, 8, and 9 Valiants drag racing because they're
Hmm.
super light.
Right.
And they're being the sedan, they've got the extra support behind the
Hmm.
front door. And so they're a little stiffer.
Yep.
And the car that caught my attention and made me want the Valiant was the green brick
Yep.
Valiant.
Hmm.
69, I think that is, I believe, right in there somewhere.
It's either 67, 8, or 9.
Yeah, it was 60. Yeah, it was right in there. And
Mm,
for those that don't know, it was like a project with some Dodge guys from Dodge, and they built this Valiant, and they road raced it. They did, like, I think it was like Road America or something
mm.
along those lines. Uh, if you look it up, it's called the Green Brick Valiant, and it's just like a handling. They would race it on track and then drive it to the next one and race it again, and it was kind of a grassroots. They were beating up on guys with a lot more money, which I thought was
Yeah.
cool, in Camaros and Mustangs, and
Right.
so I always like the underdog story.
I think there's a red one too, or was the the
I don't
red
know about
one the green one that got painted? I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't recall. It was green in its last iteration,
Okay.
but
All right.
super
Yeah.
super cool car.
They're really light too. I think they're lighter than the Dusters.
I
Is
believe they
that
are. I scaled mine the other day, and it was actually a little heavier than I thought. It was 3150 when I put it across a truck scale.
that's
So
not it's not terrible.
no, I
Hmm.
I had seen places where they've said, like, and I think it's maybe the six-cylinder rubber floor mat, three
Hmm.
speed, that was like under 3,000,
Yeah.
originally, but once you start adding stuff,
Yeah. I'm not sure what the production numbers were on the two doors, but I mean, if you think about it, they weren't really labeled as muscle cars,
no.
So it was like a cheap family car. I guess you get a 318 in them or the 273 or whatever.
273. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I guess at that time, if it wasn't a muscle car, people weren't buying them, you know?
No, no, really,
So,
it was a compact economy car was what it was, initially.
right, right. So
Six cylinder.
maybe that's why they don't have a lot of them out there. I don't know. I don't know. Because
Yeah,
there's a ton of
I
four
think
doors.
yes. Yeah, a lot of them were grocery getters and family trucksters.
Yeah, yeah. So, so what'd you do to this thing? You got it with no motor,
Yeah.
I guess, with a
Yeah, no motor,
transmission.
no motor trans were in it. Yeah, I bought it as essentially a roller.
Mm,
They had done Colin, the brother, had really done a nice job. It had sway bars front and rear. He had put 1 inch torsion bars in it up front. It had the front K member with the disc brakes, manual disc brakes already, so that was nice. It already had an 8 3/4 rear end, so the heavier rear end. It had 323 gears in it, and I swapped to 355s,
mm,
which helped a little bit. But the one thing that I need to work on is that if I've got the overdrive 4 speed.
mm.
So that's probably the biggest Achilles heel in the build now for racing. It's phenomenal to get there, but it's horrible once you get there because the first to second gear split is awful in
Yeah.
the overdrive.
Okay. But
Um,
y'all's course is usually kind of short.
it depends. It depends where they're at.
Oh, okay.
Um, the last one, I honestly, if you watch my video, I should have stayed in first for about half of it just
Mm,
because of that split. I would have made some time up, I think, but live and learn.
yeah.
And so, but yeah, so I did like, it's got basically a bone stock 318. It's a 73 318 that my buddy had sitting in his carport. I paid $200 for it. I put a timing set in it. I put a high volume oil pump and a big Milodon race pan, so I got some extra oil.
Mm,
I put a Wyand 4 barrel dual plane intake and an Edelbrock AVS2 carb.
mm.
I mean, this is like super simple. It's running Mopar electronic ignition.
Yeah.
It's got factory manifolds on it. It does have 2.5 inch dual exhaust with Flowmasters, but it's really super basic. Like
Mm,
I just wanted to get it running for the season and then kind of see where it was at, kind of as a baseline,
yeah.
and then keep pumping it up from there.
Nothing wrong with
Um,
that.
no, I mean it's got a mechanical fan. My whole build philosophy was do it on a budget. I've got 2 kids and wife, and I've got 2 other hot rods sitting here that need money. So it's a balance. And then I wanted to see how competitive it would be with pretty factory parts.
Mm,
So, torsion bars, it's got factory disc brakes, nothing fancy. It does have, it does have welded in subframe connectors, does have the sway bars. I use some EBC yellow stuff brake pads for a little extra bite.
mm.
Really the biggest splurge was the tires when I was talking to you about
All right.
tires, trying to figure out what to run. And I actually those were great.
Yeah.
They were so sticky.
It's a huge
Very
difference when you get a good tire on them.
That was incredible. Like the car's already runs pretty flat just because of all the suspension stuff that's done. It's got Bilstein shocks. It doesn't have like double adjustables or anything like that. Just a nice set of Bilsteins,
Mm.
and it was it was really fun to drive.
Yeah. Do you still have the stock upper control arms?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I do. All that stuff is stock. Although I believe they put the offset
Outer
bushings
bushings.
in
Okay.
them. Yeah. Yeah. I believe that was done before I got the car.
Yeah, that
Um,
helps because it's hard to get enough caster without them.
yeah.
I think the most you can get is I don't know 2 or 3 degrees of
Right.
caster or something like that.
Yeah. And
Um,
definitely at a disadvantage there.
yeah, yeah. I mean, look, if as you eventually just throw some money at the car, that'd probably be a good thing to step up to
Yeah.
from a handling perspective. You know,
Right.
just so you can get some more caster in there.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah, but that's awesome. So, do you know Nate Evans? He's got the yellow duster,
Yeah. Well,
kind of a
I
little
don't
bit
know him, but
ratty.
I follow him I follow him on social media. I see him
Yeah,
on Facebook on A body pages and stuff.
yeah. So he's got, I think it's a 360 Magnum, the 5.9 Magnum
Yeah.
in that car, and he just put a camshaft in it, and I'm shocked at how good that car runs with that just simple, simple setup like that. So,
Yeah. It's
that
pretty.
might be a neat little budget upgrade for you.
Motor's definitely in the works.
Mhm.
This one's already tired. I knew it from the get-go. It's we talked about adding a catch can, and I'm hoping maybe that will keep it from smoking so much on course. But it's tired.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, what did it come out of? Do you know?
It was out of a 73. Actually, it was either a dart or a scamp of some sort. It was
Oh,
a
okay.
Yeah, it was another A body, and it I think it'd been sitting on his floor for like 10 years before I even got it. We put it on his run stand, had great compression. It had the factory two barrel carb, it ran fine on that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, yep, I'll take it, $200, and threw it in the Valiant. So
Yeah. Back when I was in high school, I had a D100 and the motor was trashed. And a friend of mine's dad, he had all kind of Mopars, parts cars, whatever. He had a 69 Dart. I think it was a 318. Probably is. I don't know. We didn't know zero history of the thing. And he's like, if it runs, just take it and put it in the truck.
that's
It
awesome.
ran.
Yeah.
Put it took it right to the truck car and put it in the truck. And I sold the truck with it in there. And I never really had a problem with it. It ran good. So
The 318s are hardy.
yeah.
They just run. I mean, it's not a powerhouse, it's not a performance motor, but
Mm,
it gets it around.
yeah. So how many times have you raced the car since you got it back on the road?
Yeah, so just once at the end of this last season in August when it
Okay.
was 100 degrees here in Oregon, which never happens.
Did it overheat?
No, no, it
Yeah.
did not. I put a big aluminum radiator in it, and actually that was my biggest fear.
Mm,
But I drove it an hour both ways on the freeway
mm,
and ran it five laps at autocross, and it was fine. So
yeah. And it was so
um,
much better than that Mustang Cobra too, huh?
That's right. That's right. Well, it was just the conversations you have around that car are
Hmm.
just incredible. Like it's just, everybody's seen a Mustang,
Hmm.
but like you said, how many 67 Valiants do you see, one driving around and two racing?
Oh yeah.
They're just not around. And
Right.
so it was fun. The conversations made it for me. I mean, the car performed well. All things considered, it didn't break down. I drove it both ways, which has been my goal.
Hmm.
Um, and it was a blast. I was supposed to race one more time, but it actually they had capped it at 100 participants, and
Oh wow.
I didn't get signed up early enough. It was
Hmm.
like the season end at the other club that's close to me, and I didn't get signed. I didn't realize it was such a big deal, and it was full before I could even sign up. So unfortunately, I didn't get to race it the last time.
Uh, do they have any other muscle cars there?
Yeah, there was a Nova. Several guys with Corvettes, like 90s
Hmm.
Corvettes. But yeah, there was a Nova. What else? There was a what else? I mean, like newer Mustangs.
Hmm.
Not many, just a couple
Hmm.
of classic stuff.
Yeah.
You see a lot of 80s and 90s stuff, but the 60s, 70s are becoming rare, it seems like.
It's certain rarity where I am. I
Yeah.
mean, we have one guy with a 69 Nova. He's a regular
Oh
now.
yeah,
And
that's a
then
cool car.
another guy with I think it's a 69 also. I'm gonna screw this up. I think it's a Lotus.
Oh wow,
It's a
an
little
exotic.
tiny. No, well, it's like a fiberglass. It almost looks like a kit car.
Yeah,
It's kind of hilarious. It picks up the tires and the turns. It looks like it's gonna flip over.
that's awesome.
But yeah, I think it's a guy. It was a guy's wife's uncle's car or something like that. So it's
In
neat.
the last race, I didn't get to race, but I went up there to watch,
Mm.
and there was a Dodge Aspen with a slant six with a four barrel,
Ah.
and and it was a four speed. It was an overdrive four speed car like mine,
Mm.
which was super. It was like a 77 Aspen, which was super cool to see.
Ah, God,
But
that had to be slow, huh?
I
The
bet it was
slants.
miserably slow. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it was an overdrive four speed too. So he had the same problem I do, where he had even
Yeah,
less power.
stay in first gear the whole time.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Oh, geez and
Yeah.
Pete's. That's cool. Yeah. So there's two clubs near you.
Yeah. So there's two within about an hour of me.
Hmm.
Salem, which is the capital here in Oregon. There's one there, and then one in Eugene where the Oregon Ducks play. That's probably the easiest way to describe it if you're not from Oregon. But yeah, they're both about an hour from me. either way, north or
But
south.
that's nice. That's about how I am too. Although one of the clubs goes about an hour and a half away sometimes, and it's at a the police training,
Oh, is it really?
the joint. What'd you say? What'd you call what's it called? The joint training joint. You said the
Like
word
just a
earlier.
training center? Oh, okay. Like the emergency I don't know.
The J Joint Emergency Training Center. Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah, it's a huge
Yeah.
facility, but
Yeah.
they always end up on the smallest section of concrete. Like,
Right.
you
They don't
know,
want to let them have the rest of it, huh?
I guess they don't. I don't know. I've never
Yeah.
gone. It's just an hour and a half. It's a little bit of a stretch, you
Yeah.
know. Not that the car can't couldn't make it. It's just it's this
Yeah.
additional wear. 3 hours of street driving on pricey tires.
Right. Yeah, totally.
But my normal one is an hour, which is just fine.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
good
it's
with
about
that.
enough. Yep.
Yeah.
Check
So
everything out.
obviously I'll shut down in the winter. How many
We
months are
do.
y'all off?
Yeah, so the last I think there's maybe a couple things going on like in October, but October the weather starts to change, and so October, November, December, January, and February. So
Oh
quite a
wow.
bit. It's
Yeah.
like March. They'll start up in March, and you're still expected to get a ton of rain in March and April in Oregon. And so it's just it's a crapshoot on whether one, you're gonna race, two, is it gonna be dry? Um
You probably just need to get all season tires to autocross.
That's what I had on the Mustang, and it actually did really well. They were a kind of a summer tire that had a rain indicator on them, and they worked okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful. It's awful.
Well, this is prime season for us. I mean, it's when it's
Oh, right.
finally a little bit cooler,
Yeah.
and not disastrous hot. We got our, I guess in 2 weeks, we got our next event. So
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
hoping the rain doesn't.
Shut you down.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had to cancel one event for rain, and then last month it rained. I didn't bring the car, and it's not because I'm afraid to autocross in rain. It's the hour drive with the idiots on the road that I don't
Yeah, for
trust.
real. Well, look at that shiny black paint. You have to clean that all up again.
I don't care. So I ended up driving Miata.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice. What'd you think of
What
that?
it was hilarious because I mean the ground was damp, not
Okay.
puddles or anything. And we have a couple there, a husband and wife. They're on the board with me. I hold the board seat,
Okay.
and they're like, just drive the Miata. So, and this is the first time I've ever driven a Miata on autocross, and especially in the wet. But it
Yeah.
was just hilarious. So you just floor it the whole time. Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah.
Even when it's wet.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, you know what? Those cars, my dad owned one, and I've gotten to drive them, not on autocross, but
Mm,
they're a hoot.
mm.
They're
It
they're
was, it was,
unique,
I mean, of course, they all give me a hard time about getting the Miata. Miata is always the answer, is the acronym, right?
right?
Um, but it was hilarious because it would be understeering real bad, and you just tap the brake, and then it start drifting. It's like because it's a stock Miata, it's 100% stock.
Okay. Oh
I mean,
wow.
it
Oh
had a
yeah.
good tire on it, but it was 100% stock. You know,
Yeah.
thing felt like it was dragging a rocker panel on it. So it was
That's
fun.
great.
I enjoyed it.
It's fun
Um,
to try. It's fun to try new cars and drive different stuff.
mhm.
It's always
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I mean, the Duster's the only thing I've ever driven on autocross until then. So,
Okay. Oh wow.
yeah, it'd probably be fun to try other things, but
Yeah.
I've honestly never had the opportunity or never even really asked anybody to drive it.
Have you
So,
done many ride-alongs?
um, we got a guy with a 99 Cobra.
Okay.
I've ridden with him a few times, which he's a hoot because he's a pretty
Yeah.
good driver. Um, and he shifts when he's on the course. It's hilarious. And it
Oh
always
really?
ends up being very, dramatic drifting sideways stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch and fun to be a passenger.
Shenanigans. I like it.
Yes. And then the guy with the Jeep, he's our regional
Oh yeah.
executive. That thing, I've one time was enough for me.
That thing's incredible.
It was pretty fast. It's pretty
I bet.
fast. I was shocked at the horsepower. Nothing
Yeah.
against him, but it pulled pretty good. through,
That's
you know, so that's probably explains why it's so fast.
and just a hoot,
Yeah, I mean, again, it's 3, 4 inches off the ground too. But
right?
other than that, no, I've not ridden it with anybody.
So
Um,
one of the best things I ever did when I started autocrossing was I signed up for a novice class.
mhm,
The club north of me put on a novice school. Their first thing they do in the season, like kick it off, they do a novice school, and so I got to drive the Mustang with a coach, with an
mhm.
instructor. And it was great because for me getting into autocross, and I don't know about for you, but I didn't exactly know what to do.
No.
Like there's lots of information online, but none of it's like concise.
Mhm.
Like here's what you need to sticker your car with your numbers. Here's
Oh
what,
yeah.
here's what you need as far as what class it's in. There's tons of classing, but it's so confusing.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, uh there's just a lot of things to kind of know prior to. And so the nice thing about that novice school is they're like, just come. You don't need numbers. You don't need it. If you have a helmet, great. If you don't, we'll provide one. And so I just got to run through like a tech without being in a hurry, with them explaining kind of what they wanted to see, and then I ended up having two different instructors that day jump in the car with me,
Mhm.
and it was so insightful to kind of see what they were looking for and where their vision was. Because I had training in that from a law enforcement perspective, but when you're chasing cones and chasing time
Uh-huh.
versus chasing bad guys, it's a little different ball game, you know.
Right.
And so it was nice to just that first novice school was priceless for me. So I would encourage anybody who's like looking to get into autocross to see if you can find a novice school at a local club who can kind of take you under their wing.
Yeah, we usually do the starting line school in the spring.
Oh, nice.
So, and
Yep.
I had considered doing it last year, but I think it was Mardi Gras weekend. So,
Had other
it's all
plans.
about priorities.
That's right. That's right.
And then, if it doesn't conflict with anything in this coming spring, I'm considering doing it. Um, I was a little leery initially about like, okay, what if I get an instructor that gets in my car? You know,
Right.
chances are they'll be younger than me and have never driven anything as old as this. So
Yeah.
how are
Yeah.
they going to teach me how to drive it? However, I've had some conversations with people and they kind of gave me some confidence that, even though they've not driven a car like that, they can still, you know, give some pointers and things like that. And
Yep.
it's a possibility they may not be able to drive the car faster than I can, but they can at least even give pointers
Yeah.
just by watching the way I handle it. So,
Yeah. And they might, being in the passenger seat, they might see something you're doing where you're like, hey, if you do X, you might, gain a tenth there.
mhm,
Um,
yeah.
so one of my instructors, she drives a little, it was a BRZ,
Hmm.
so rear wheel drive car. And then the other instructor actually had a Mustang, a 5 liter Mustang when I had my Mustang. So that was pretty cool because he had
Hmm.
some good advice. So you might kick me off the podcast right here because I did the novice school last year in the Mustang.
Hmm.
This year the Valiant wasn't done.
Hmm.
I did it in a Tesla.
Oh
I ran the
God.
novice school 2 years in a row, and I did the second one in a Tesla.
That was probably kind of fun though, huh?
It's
I mean,
insane. It's actually insanity because you don't have any of the basic tells
uh,
that you have in a regular, in a gas powered car. You have no RPM.
hmm.
You have no you don't shift any gears.
Hmm.
And so I was actually overrunning patterns because it was so quick to because it's just all torque.
Yeah.
And so I was getting to things way faster than I would have in my
Hmm.
normal car. It was bizarre, cool but bizarre.
How's
Yeah.
the like regenerative braking on those when you lift off the gas? Does it kind of slow down as like a normal gasoline car would?
So you can actually set it. You can set it to slow down like a normal car where it doesn't have much resistance,
Hmm.
or you can set it to be essentially as soon as you let off it's slowing
Coast.
down. Yeah. Well, it's actually braking using the regenerative braking.
Oh,
So
okay.
it can coast or it can regenerative brake.
Okay.
I tried it both ways. The
Hmm.
regenerative braking was kind of nice because it immediately lets off.
Hmm.
It honestly it was really difficult because I'm so used to a normal V8 sounding car
Hmm.
that it
Oh
was
yeah.
really difficult to get my bearings on what I was even doing.
Yeah. I mean,
So
anybody who drives muscle cars or I guess any car, the performance car, I guess is probably a better thing, is that's another sense that you
Yes.
have that connects you to the car and,
Yep.
hearing the engine, speeding up, slowing down, etc.
Yep. Shifting gears.
Yeah, all that. Well, you lose that extra sense when you're in
Yes.
the Tesla. So I can see how that would be hard to get used to driving, but I think they're pretty popular in the Optima series. I think they have is it GTE, the GT
There's
electric class? And some of those dudes do really good.
Yeah, the
So,
the president of that club where I took the Tesla actually has one, a dual motor, and
mm,
he doesn't drive it all the time. He's got other rigs, but
mm,
that car rips. I
mm,
mean, they're insanely quick.
yeah. A
So
friend of mine, he has a pretty long commute, and he was driving a lifted Jeep and, burning some gas. So I think I think Dodge was like practically giving away these electric chargers.
yeah,
So I'm not sure if he's leasing or he bought it. Anyway, he got it for a steal, essentially. And
yeah,
it's a good looking car. I mean, I'm not a fan of the electric stuff, but
right.
um we went out to go listen to a band the other day and he brought me for a ride in it. And it's not the high performance one. I think they got a
Okay.
6 pack or whatever. I don't know. They're trying to
Yeah.
connect the gas to the electric. But anyway, it's the base
Yeah.
model electric. And
Did it have the exhaust note, the weird
yeah,
exhaust
it's got he turned
noise?
it
Yeah.
on and he's like, and I was like, is that inside? And he goes, no, it's outside. I'm like, oh my gosh. But
It's pretty wild.
yeah, he started from a stop and went
Yeah.
up to 100 mile an hour. And it's crazy the acceleration. It's kind of like a roller coaster, right? So it's
Yeah.
just like those mag start roller coasters, where it's just
Yeah.
constant acceleration. And it's kind of a weird feeling,
It's
you
just
know?
instant torque, like
Yeah.
pushes you into the seat
Mhm.
and you're gone.
Yeah, because it doesn't lay
Um,
over. I mean,
nope.
any gas, it was such in your seat, but then eventually it just kind of the G forces kind of subside. But it never did
Yeah.
with the electric. So it's neat, but still not a fan. You
Yeah.
know?
I had a Model S for a couple months. I used it as a commuter and ultimately became one dimensional. It was a great driver back and forth to work, but
Mm,
range anxiety and then not being able to do anything else with it, it's
mm,
kind of, so I ended up getting rid of it, but
yeah.
it was fun to try. It's not
Uh,
my thing. I
yeah.
prefer
Yeah.
gas cars,
Of
but
course. Yeah. It's an appliance at that point.
essentially, yeah, it's exactly right. Yep. A nice one, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's an appliance.
I've only ridden in one Tesla and he had just gotten it, so he didn't do any cutting up with it or anything like that. He was still trying to figure out how to open a door, let alone
Right, right.
drive fast.
They're technology rich.
Yeah, yeah. Jeez.
Yep.
So I'm happy autocrossing this Valiant. I mean,
Thank you.
we need more Mopars out there.
I agree.
Um, I mentioned it in my little solo discussion about Moparty is, I mean, we probably got 10% of the aftermarket companies out there supporting our cars. And
Right.
um and some of them are good, some of them are bad,
Yeah.
some of them are indifferent, so be it. And
Yeah.
I guess we are kind of limited with being unibody, whereas the GM products, they just swap out the whole subframes and all of that stuff. But um I mean, these cars, they do well even with the torsion bar stuff, you know.
Yeah, I agree with you. And yeah, it's not as easy. You can't just pull springs out and
Mm.
swap that or go to the coilovers or whatever, but I mean you can, but with a lot of work, right?
Yeah, yeah, and then you got to redo the alignment after that, and
Yeah.
but and not to mention, there's just a smaller network of people too.
Yeah,
I mean, the Ford and GM community, you can easily find people that been there, done that.
correct. Yeah, a
Where
lot of
it's hard
R&D
to
on the
find.
track.
It's hard to find the Mopar guys that do this type of thing. I mean, you'll see the Pro Touring Mopars, but they don't. Most of them don't even race them.
Right. No, I agree. It's expensive, I mean, you're paying the Mopar tax too in parts,
This is true.
motors and
Although
motors and
I do think though, once you get to a certain level, some of that stuff kind of starts to level out,
even
you
out.
know,
Yeah.
when you get to like high end part. if you get a high end part for GM, it's probably going to be the same price as
Yeah.
Mopar, you know?
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
disagree
know.
with that. It's all
Who
relative,
knows?
right?
It is. It is.
When you
I,
talk race cars, everything's expensive.
yeah. Back when I was messing with small blocks, I never understood why an intake manifold for a small block Mopar would be like, I don't know, $400.
Yeah.
And the same brand, same style for small block Chevrolet would be like $90.
Yeah.
You know,
Or like a Milodon oil pan that's 600 or something crazy.
dude. Yeah. The Gen 3 Hemi stuff is kind of like that as well. The headers. I mean,
Oh man,
do all headers need to be $1,000? I mean,
it
come
doesn't
on.
make sense to me.
It
Yeah.
makes no sense to me.
Especially after you've got them designed. Does it really cost that much?
I'm going to use it. So, unrelated to cars, I was at a cheer competition yesterday for my daughter, and it's in this arena. They wanted $18 for a hamburger and $6 for French fries. And I think a Coke was like $7.
Holy
And
smokes.
I'm like, if they lowered the prices of these, they'd probably sell more of them.
Right?
But I don't
Wow.
know, maybe the line never went down. So I guess people are just sucking it up and paying for it. So maybe they're smarter in
Cap
economics than me.
Captive audience.
Right. So maybe Mopar parts need to be a little cheaper. More people would buy them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, more people would do what we're trying to do and bring them,
Yeah.
use them to race.
Yeah. That's why I'm a dumb car guy and not an economist or whatever you call
You and me both. You and me both.
it. So you mentioned your YouTube channel. What made you want to do that?
Yeah, so I actually started out my YouTube channel started out riding motorcycles because
Mm,
that's what I was reasonably good at, doing it for work. And when I stopped doing the law enforcement thing, it transitioned to hot rods and cars. Um, I found that I had more. I didn't have time to go ride, but I have time to work on the cars. And I've got two little boys. They're 11 and 12, and they can come out and hang out with me and
mm,
get to ride in them where they can't really do that on the bike. And so it's just been fun to one show cars that people maybe don't get to see. I like to buy and sell on the side. I've got a 73 Chrysler Town and Country wagon sitting here with a 440.
cool.
That's just a super neat
Mm,
car that most people don't have a chance to see. And I've got the 70 Coronet, and I just sold a D150 pickup not too long ago. So when I bring projects in, I try to do some video on them
mm,
uh, and then move them on. But really, it's just a creative outlet. Show
mm.
people some cool cars, and it kind of helps me see the progress I made on them from when I buy them to when I sell them, and it's just fun.
Right.
It's cool.
Did the boys help? They have any
They
interest in it?
do. Yeah, my older son, especially. My younger son's coming around,
Mm,
but my older one wants to be. Anytime I'm out in the shop, he's, can we work on the Valiant?
that's
Can we
awesome.
go for a ride in the Coronet? That kind of
Mm,
stuff. So it's great.
yeah. I think having it on YouTube, I mean, it's there forever, right? So
Yeah.
when they get older, they can always, you know, kind of go back and maybe refresh their memory on what you were doing on some car or something. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a historical marker for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll have to ask you this. Do your kids think you're famous because you have a YouTube channel?
It's funny a little bit, a little yes, and it's just a baby channel. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it, I don't know, 5 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I for a while I was pretty consistent. It's a little harder now, kids and life, and so I don't post as regular. But yeah, because I've got a good buddy that actually the guy that did my decals on the door of the Valiant, the 43s, he
Mm-hmm.
runs an apparel shop, and so he's able to get me, like sweatshirts for the channel with the
Yeah.
channel logo. And so my boys love to wear that. Like my dad's got a YouTube channel, so which is fun. But
Yeah.
it's nothing, at this point it's nothing serious. It hasn't garnered a huge amount of use. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my kids seem to think I'm famous and they're not young. They can look it up and see that I'm not famous.
for some reason, I think anytime you're on video, people assume maybe that you're famous.
Yeah, I know. I know. Uh, but yeah, the same thing. They want t-shirts, they have stickers,
Yep. Yeah.
all of that
Same.
business.
Yep. I
But
tell my
hey,
friends my sticker adds 5 horsepower to their car.
absolutely. No, mine add grip, not
Yeah,
horsepower.
great. There you go. I probably need to go that route.
Right. So, what I guess when you first time out in the car, what did you think compared to since you had driven a Mustang so much, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
What did you think about the Valiant?
So honestly, my first thought was I just want to make these runs and not break it. Like,
Mm,
please don't break it. It's untested.
mm,
Me and one of my buddies, two of my buddies did most of the work on it.
mm,
It's all garage, my home little shop
mm,
garage. Don't break it is what I was mostly looking for. And then I got the first run under my belt and I was like, okay, this might be decent.
mm,
It gripped the tires that we talked about gripped really well. The motor ran fine. I was like, man, this thing's a little tired. Uh, but I got through the first run. I was like, I need a 5 point harness because
mm.
I'm still running lap belts.
Oh, geez.
And then I was like, I can go faster.
Mm,
There's more room in this.
yeah.
And then I started to get excited.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
So
yep.
did it impress you then? Pretty much.
It did. Yeah. The biggest takeaways from the first one was I need more power.
Mm,
Uh, the tire
always.
the yeah, right. I need more power.
Mm,
Uh, but I was super happy with the chassis. Like
mm,
between the sway bars and the shocks and the torsion bars, the car didn't feel like it hardly rolled at all.
mm,
It seemed pretty flat. I wasn't sliding around um, as far as like not losing grip.
mm.
It just handled well, and I was super super excited about that and going, man, if I had a little bit more horsepower, I would have I it would have been even quicker. So
Yeah. You'll be surprised how much actually staying in the seat helps too.
yeah,
Because I
yeah,
mean, I have TMI seats which have a little bit of bolstering on them,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then I have just a 3 point lap belt, shoulder, shoulder lap deal.
yeah,
And the sides of my legs would get bruised up and even worn skin off bracing myself between the console and the door.
yep.
Just
I
as I
was
got better, it was fine early on, but then as I got better and better, and I didn't realize I was moving around in the seat that much until I watched a video. I had the camera on the quarter window and I could see myself just kind of moving in there.
Yep.
And then a friend of mine rode with me and he says, "Man, how in the world do you drive this thing with these seats?" Because he had the same one on the passenger side, right? And
Yeah,
so I just picked up a fixed back, you know, Corbeau off of
yep.
Facebook Marketplace, and I just made it bolt into the same brackets that the TMI seats do. So I just takes 2, 3 minutes, zip it out, throw it in there, whenever I go
Yep.
race. And then when the car's in cruise mode right now, but
Right.
which is
I
essentially wheels and tires and a seat. but
Okay.
but but even just having that seat,
Yeah.
and because I mean before I'm like, grasping onto the steering wheel,
Gripping
bracing
it
my
tight.
body. Well, now I
Yep.
can just, I'm still holding onto the steering wheel hard, but
Yep.
I think harnesses would assist with that some. But yeah, the
I
seat makes a huge difference.
I do have a Corbeau seat in it.
Okay.
It does move, but it is well bolstered.
Hmm.
But I think at this point I need
Seat
that
belt.
I would well just yeah exactly a harness because I can feel my upper body like
Yeah.
my back was sore at the end
Oh
from
wow.
holding on, and my knee I had kind of pushed up underneath the armrest.
Hmm.
I was doing the same thing you were
Yeah.
talking just I was just giggling just hearing you describe what you were trying to do to stay in the seat.
Yeah. It's funny. Um,
Yeah.
I just well, I won't spill the beans too much. I'll tell you when we quit recording. But I
Okay.
just had the same experience recently
Oh no.
in a different car.
Okay.
So it kind of brought back those memories of banged up knees from
Yep.
holding
Sliding
on.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the future hold for the car? Any
Yeah,
current
I was just
changes in mind
definitely
besides the
I was just
motor?
Right. I was just talking to Jamie, the guy I bought the car from, and
Mm,
he does a lot of engine builds, Mopar engine builds.
mm,
And I kind of like the niche factor of the 318.
mm,
And so we're talking about building a little bit more of a high horsepower, and by high I mean like through over 300, something in the 300-ish range horsepower 318, with some headers. I'm running manifolds now, but
mm,
headers and a couple other small things. And then I'm probably going to ditch the overdrive 4 speed to for a standard
mm.
A33.
Okay.
Um, I've got it the 355 gear, and I think with an engine that revs a little happier, um, I'll just suck it up for the drive down
Mm.
with a little higher RPM. Because that first second is such a killer in that overdrive. Um,
How tall are your tires?
that's a 235 40
Okay.
in the
Yeah. So,
front, and
so like
then
a 25 and a
yeah, I think
quarter
it is. Yeah,
ish.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yep,
what I
that's
used
exactly
to.
right.
Well, I had 18, the 235 40 18 is what is on the front of my street wheels.
Okay.
And they were around 25 and a quarter ish, something like that. So,
Yeah, mine
um,
are 17s, but yeah, it's close. It was I
it'd be
when you said
close.
25, it's real similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm running a 391. I got 26-inch tire in the back now. So yeah, the 355 might be good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to run a little higher RPM, but it'll be okay. On the highway getting back, and my whole goal was I wanted to make it where I could drive it back and forth and
Hmm.
race it, and it'll do that. And I might, if I get some more horsepower, I might just leave the overdrive and see if it resolves some of that, because if I
Hmm.
had a little more torque, it would overcome that big gap between the two gears.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play with that a little bit. Harnesses. I need to put a harness in it, and then um, there's not a lot other than that. I want to drive it for a season and
Hmm.
actually get a few more races under my belt before I really start rethinking my life. But
That's that's
um,
a good plan.
yeah, I one outing just wasn't enough to really give me a good sense other than I wanted more power.
Mm. It's
So,
weird. I haven't done anything to mine except for drive it and wipe the dust off. It's been kind of weird not having.
well, and then the nice thing about that is you just kind of know the car now, I would imagine, where you're like, I know what it's going to do. I know how
Yeah.
it's going to act.
Mm.
But by
But
the way, congrats on the win at Mo Party.
no, thanks. Super
That's
unexpected, and
well,
it's
when you started listing all the people that were there, I was like, man, there's this pretty stacked group there. So that's
it
even
was
more
tight.
impressive.
It was tight, and man, I don't know if I'll be able to do it again. But I'm certainly not going to go there expecting it because that'll ruin the fun, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. When you're too nervous about it.
yeah.
No, it's always cool, like when you follow somebody from afar and you've gotten some advice, like I've gotten advice from you about my car, and then to see you win was super. I was cheering you on from Oregon.
Oh man, yeah. It. I wish some other people. That's far though, huh? Shoot, that's
It
probably
is.
what 20 hours for you, something like that.
It would be a long trip. I mean,
That's a long trip.
I would love to do it, but
Mm,
it'd be a
yeah,
long trip.
it's a long. It's borderline long for me, but I know some people they're coming, 13, 14 hours away.
Yeah.
That's a hike.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they're shortening it to only 2 days next year. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
that makes it a little harder to swallow for some of those guys that come from so far.
Yeah.
But
I did my son and I did Hot Rod Power Tour West. They brought
mhm,
it back to the West before they shut down all the Motor Trend stuff, and that was
mhm.
down in Southern California. And that was awesome. And I was like, man, I wish they would do a Mo Party West
Yeah, they
where
may.
us guys on the West side can experience it.
Yeah, that would be cool. Um, it's just probably not enough turnout for it.
Right. Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
but maybe they'll combine Ford Fest, Mo Party Fest to have a big turnout. Yeah, who
Yeah, we can
knows?
fight it out with the Ford guys.
Yeah, yeah. The rejects of the automotive world.
I'm there.
Uh,
I'm in for
yeah, yeah.
that.
I resemble that comment.
That's right. That's right.
Shoot. But um any plans to get outside of your local area to do some racing?
Potentially, my wife and I are working on maybe buying a small Class C RV,
Hmm.
and then that way, with the hopes of one, traveling with the boys, but two, maybe throwing the car on the back and getting to some stuff that's farther away,
Yeah.
and being able to stay overnight without hoteling it. And so that definitely is a thought. I want to spend some time making sure the car's right and getting it kind of dialed, and then
Mm.
uh, looking for some other opportunities.
Yeah.
But that's definitely on the list.
I, well, throwing an hour drive there and back with some autocross in between will definitely make you find your weak points
Yes,
quickly. It's,
yes,
it's pretty hard on his old iron, you
it
know.
is. It is. We don't get many 100-degree days.
Hmm.
And of course, I look at the weather that morning, when I'm headed down to autocross and it's going to be 100. And I'm like, untested car, hour drive both ways. This is either going to be awesome or it's going to suck bad.
Fortunately, it didn't suck, right?
No, it was good, but I was absolutely exhausted when I got home. You're right about that.
Ugh.
Just
Yeah.
all the things to consider.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think I'm bringing back some of the original random quick questions. I think it's been a
Awesome.
little while since I did some of those. Um, so what's your favorite or most used tool?
Man, usually it's the torque wrench, moving, making sure tires are on and the right ones. I've got several different sets of wheels and tires for the different cars,
Oh,
and so I kind of like to swap it. It's like changing a pair of tennis shoes.
okay.
So getting wheels and tires and lug nuts put on.
Yeah. Um, what's a simple task in the garage that you hate doing?
Just the cleanup, putting all the tool the when everything's scattered out because you've been working on it for a couple hours, just spending the time to organize and clean and put all of them back where they're supposed to go.
I'm guilty of that. Golly.
It's just a nightmare. I'll walk in and just look at it and go, don't want to do this.
Mm, yeah. And I hate putting them away because I'm like, oh, I'm going to need that in a second. Why put it
That's
away?
going to
I'll
be right
just put
back
it
out.
right there.
Yep,
I'm
exactly.
I've been working on this Porsche. You can see it in the background there.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, trying to wrap that thing up. But anyway, obviously it's all metric and
Right.
I hate metric. Dude, do they have to have bolt heads in every single size?
Right.
And so I can't ever guess right. So then I end up with, you know, all the wrenches scattered and I'm
Yep.
only needing two of them.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I don't have a lot of metrics. So when I need it, I'm like, well, I don't even know if I have that one,
it's
or when
just
the
the
last time was I used
basics.
it.
Yeah. Just basics. I mean, I need a hell, the motor and the duster's metric. So,
That's right.
um, but I mean, that's
Hopefully.
mostly like eights and tens,
Yep.
except unless you're getting into the big stuff, which I hope I don't have to do very often.
No doubt. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Uh, last one. What kind of music you listening to when you're in the garage?
Oh, me and my boy like old classic country. We're
Okay.
listening to a lot of we're like Marty Robbins, and like we're listening to the theme songs from like the Dukes of Hazzard and Smokey and the Bandit,
Yeah,
Eastbound and Down, and that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
This is good.
So
This is good. You
yeah,
break it.
we like
You teaching them kids right.
he loves it. He can sing most of them already.
All right. Where can people find you on the social and YouTube?
Yeah, so it's all just McLovin Garage, McLovin. McLovin Garage is my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So that's where I post updates on car stuff and new purchases and that sort of thing.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
check it out. The car's pretty awesome. And we got the other hot rods on there too. So check them
Yeah.
out. And that's all I got. So,
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's been a
all right.
pleasure.
Later, everybody.